What up, everybody who talks boxing, comments about boxing, and makes boxing videos? So, I will be coming back to boxing. I know I haven't done a whole lot of boxing videos as of recent, but I've been pretty much cleaning house. And cleaning house is a process. And that process has only just begun. So, I probably will have more I will have more videos about the community and what I see as toxic in the community. But I did record a video earlier today that I just gotta kind of chop and screw and edit up. It's about the Thurman versus Garcia fight coming up this Saturday, so be looking out for that. But earlier today I was watching Aztec 101, and I just wanted to chime in on his video. I think it was a very good video. I agree pretty much 100% with what he said, and it was a response video to John Boxing. Now, before I make any points, I just want to make it very clear, I don't have any animosity toward John Boxing. In certain aspects, I think he's a bit misled. But to be honest, I don't think he's trying to cause problems. But sometimes I think he just doesn't get the point across the way that he would like to. And I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes I record a video and then it's like, well, I forgot to bring up this, or I meant to clarify that. So I give him the benefit of the doubt. But one thing that really irks me about John Boxing is he says that black people can't be racist. Now, it's like I said before, I can agree to disagree, but you do have to be consistent in your position. So, if you feel that black people can't be racist, I can respect it. I don't agree with it, but just be consistent. But you can't say that black people can't be racist because they have no power, and then turn around and say that Mexicans can be racist. Because, knock on wood, Mexicans also don't hold the power in the United States. If that is your criteria for somebody being having the ability to be racist, well, you can't say one group of people who doesn't have the power can't be racist, and then another group of people who don't have that power can. So, what I will say is this: he did take down the videos where he was mentioning this, and it's like I said, I think it's just because maybe he didn't get the point across the way that he wanted to. And I don't take John for really trying to be an asshole on purpose, but I can definitely understand why some of the things he says could be taken negatively. So I just think he has to work on the way that he relays his message. But that's just how I feel about it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he is an asshole, and maybe he is trying to cause problems. But whatever. I just don't see it that way. Now, I did watch another video by Sean Newton, and the links in these two videos will be in the description, by the way. But when it comes to Sean, I tend to try to stay out of a lot of the things he talks about when it comes to the community. And simply because I just don't understand why you would continuously watch content that you're going to disagree with. But I also understand why he does it. And, I'm not going to tell Sean that he, try to tell him what to do with his content. He actually does know a lot about boxing, so I enjoy his boxing knowledge. I just tend to not listen to him when he's critiquing the LDBC. And Sean, by the way, if you hear this, I'm not saying that you're wrong. And anything you say about the LDBC is just, that's their criticisms. They have the right to it. And that actually has a lot to do with what I'm about to talk about, because in this particular video, I actually agree with Sean Newton in his criticizing of certain LDBC channels. Now, before I continue on this point, I just want to say I think every channel should be able to criticize whomever they want for whatever reasons that they want, even if it's based off of something as superficial as race. I mean, I'm not going to support it, I'm not going to watch it, but it falls under freedom of speech, and I think they have the right to do that. If they want to criticize Triple G just because he's white and hold double standards, and not criticize Deontay Wilder because he's black, I don't agree with it, but that's their channel. Let them talk about what they want. But where I have to agree with Sean Newton is where certain channels, and I've tried playing nice, dudes. I tried being cool, and just the fuckery is just a bit too much. So I'm dropping names. So he was talking about Dream Chasing Boxing, who else? Ticket TV and Town Business. And basically how the way they see things is when they're criticizing Triple G, it's talking boxing. And I agree. You're criticizing Triple G, that is talking boxing. Even if I disagree with the reason why you're criticizing him, it's still talking boxing. But then when somebody criticizes Deontay Wilder or what's his name? I'm driving, so I'm over here paying attention to the road and trying to keep my thoughts together. Andre Ward, Adrian Broner. When those fighters get criticized, it's called racism. Now, it's like I said, I think everybody should have the right to criticize whomever the fuck they want to. I'm a Triple G fan, and I don't give a fuck if you criticize Triple G. It honestly doesn't bother me, because what we do here on YouTube doesn't really hold any weight in the ring. It doesn't hold any weight when the Boxing Hall of Fame nominees are being made, nominations are being made. That it doesn't have any bearing on any of that. So what people say on their channels is completely up to them. But what I do have a problem with is you're going to justify your criticisms, but then you're going to condemn somebody else's. You're going to try to snuff out their criticisms by labeling it racism. That's fucked up. That's bullshit. I mean, if I want to criticize Deontay Wilder, and I have in the past, but when it comes to this Povetkin thing, I've actually been very quiet for quite some time. And the reason being is, I'll admit it, I'm not an expert when it comes to drugs. I'm not an expert as to what is actually enhancing performance and what is not. I'm not hip to all that. I'm not interested in drugs. I'm interested in boxing. So when it comes to this whole thing with the drugs with Deontay Wilder and Povetkin, I used to talk about it, now I don't. That's just the bottom line. I don't feel that I'm qualified to talk about that subject. But let's say I did want to criticize Deontay Wilder. Let's say I wanted to go balls to the walls, saying that he's a ducker, that he's a pussy, calling him Deontay Wild Cherry Picker. I should be able to do that without being labeled a racist. Now, if you're going to tell me that you're going to expect a certain level of respect in regards to your freedom of speech, I can be down with that. Everybody should be able to say whatever they want about whoever they want, as far as criticism is concerned. Not making up bullshit, you know, calling them child molesters and things like that. But like your criticisms, I do agree with you. You should be able to do that. But if you're going to tell me that I'm wrong for expecting the same in return, the same level of respect, just because your skin color is black, then I have to say fuck you. Because it's called mutual respect. You telling me that you get to have your opinion and that you get to voice it, but based off of skin color, I'm not allowed to voice mine? Guess what the fuck that is? It's fucking racism. You're telling me that you're better than me because of your skin color, therefore I need to shut the fuck up. Fuck you. And it has nothing to do with your... When I say fuck you, it has nothing to do with your skin color. It has nothing to do with your race, your background. None of that. It has everything to do with the shitty scumfuck character you have. Because let me tell you something. For all I give a shit, you can criticize Mexican boxing. It doesn't really bother me. And the reason why it doesn't bother me, simply put, even though I'm Mexican and Puerto Rican, I don't identify as Mexican. And I don't identify as Puerto Rican. I acknowledge that that's part of who I am, but that's not what I identify as. I identify as me. One of a kind. Never been one like me before me. And when I'm long gone, won't never be another one like me. And that is not defined by my skin. That's defined by me. So when these channels like Dream Chasing Boxing, Ticket TV, and Town Business, when they get mad because a black fighter is getting criticized, maybe y'all should take a step back and be more proud of your individuality instead of the lowest common denominator. This is the red gloved militant, spitting truth in your face like a king cobra spits venom in the face of its prey. I'm out.
So I am so authentic. I'm so authentic. They trying to figure me out, but this is not a gimmick. Hi, hip hop. Don't act like you don't know me. What? We got the same mama. Don't you try to disown me. I'm just a mixed breed. Call me a day walker. Cause I walk in the sun, but at night I'm a stalker. If you looking for blood, come run in my lane. The vein never runs dry. There's plenty of it, man. I speak an ancient language. They don't understand me. It's called the truth. I break it down. They try to reprimand me. Miss Lauren, she spoke it. They tried to revoke her. They drove her crazy like Morgan Freeman did to Miss Daisy. I am not insane.